Let's fly, 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 look high and low. Search the sky and the sea below. Let's fly, 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 seize the day. And let the review play. Yeah, yeah, let that opening run. Many things are up in the air, but one thing is certain. Shamar reviewing Dragon Ball today on Dragon Ball Week. It's your boy Shamar here, back with day 2 of Dragon Ball Week. And today we're going to be reviewing the OG Dragon Ball series with Little Goku, Young Bulma, when Yamcha was useful, when Tien was useful, and Krillin somewhat useful. This is before the Saiyans came, before Frieza took over Planet Namek, before Cell came, before Majin Buu came. We're talking about the OG, the one and only Dragon Ball. And man, watching Dragon Ball when I was young was a good ass time because it was gag at first, went slow, but then it picked it up. And let me give you a brief background on the series. Dragon Ball was created in 1984 by Akira Toriyama, which ran in Shonen Jump. Shonen Jump that runs One Piece, Naruto, My Hero Academia, and a whole load of other stuff like Bleach and Toriko. So yeah, that's basically how it started. Dragon Ball was supposed to only be one arc, but after so much love, Toriyama continued the series, and he kept continuing the series because the series was supposed to stop at many points, but he kept pushing it because the fans wanted it, his managers wanted it, Shonen Jump was making a shitload of money off of it. So he decided to just, let's continue this, and look where we're at now, we're in Super. So yeah. So my review of Dragon Ball is basically going over the series, what I thought about it, what my favorite parts of Dragon Ball was. So let's begin. Okay, let's start off with characters. And there's a lot of characters in Dragon Ball, but we're gonna go with the main characters, and we're gonna start off with Son Goku. Okay, Son Goku is your basic ass main character, the basic ass shonen character. He is always getting power-ups. He's the person that's gonna always fight the final boss, always defeats the final boss. Not a Super. But yeah, he's like the strongest character in the show. But yeah, he's funny, he's childish, he's idiotic, he doesn't know his knowledge. And like I remember in the first beginning of Dragon Ball, you guys might not know this because not a lot of people have watched the OG Dragon Ball, but Goku couldn't tell a girl from a male. So he would always have to pat on, not over here, but the private part, and see if they were a female. And that's like, wow, like when Goku came from like this kid from the woods, because his grandpa died because when he turned into an ape. Yeah, Goku. But if a Saiyan has a tail and you don't cut that shit off, then they're gonna turn into great ape once they see a full moon. But no one knew that because this is before the Saiyans came. So Goku would turn into an ape once in a while, and later on in the series the tail gets permanently chopped off because we can't have Goku turning ape all the time, and this ain't Planet of the Apes. And then we have Bulma, our secondary character. Didn't like Bulma in the beginning. Bulma was a selfish person, only cared about herself. She was gonna take the Dragon Ball from Goku, Goku's only possession of his grandfather that died, and to make herself wish for a boyfriend. She was petty, she only cared about herself. She could get anybody but herself because she really wanted a man. Like, that's pathetic, Bulma. But you're still a genius. You were still a genius back then, so gotta give you props to that. And your character gets better in the future. And then we're gonna go to Yamcha. Yamcha when he was useful. Yamcha, he was cool. He's cool, I'm not gonna lie. This is like the first time I'm gonna say Yamcha's cool, because Yamcha was a very useful character. He was one of the Z fighters. He could take villains on. He fought in the tournament and actually made it pretty far. He started off as a bandit, and he was scared of girls and stuff. And then him and Bulma hooked up. This is Vegeta. Yamcha fucked your bitch. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just saying that. So kind of gotta put respect on his name sometimes, because that's the OG Bulma and Yamcha, that OTP, the original OTP in Dragon Ball. And then we got Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi was a girl. Yo, Chi-Chi's character from when she was younger till now is totally different. Chi-Chi was like this girl that always gets scared wearing a bikini and all this other stuff, and then she was the Oxkin. She had the thing that throws from her head and stuff, and then now she's like a preppy mom that always wants her sons to be super smart. They want to be scholars and everything. Like, where's my OG Chi-Chi when she fought Goku to be her husband in the World Martial Arts Tournament? Where's that Chi-Chi? That's the Chi-Chi I liked, but she's gone now. She's gone. And then we got Master Roshi. Master Roshi hasn't changed. He's still a pervert, but he's the guy who originally trained Goku and Krillin. He's the geezer who taught Goku the Kamehameha, how to become strong, how to harness everything. So Master Roshi's the realest person in Dragon Ball. And let me talk about Krillin, Goku's best friend. Krillin was a jerk in the beginning. He would mess around with Goku, then he wasn't nice to him until later on, before the first World Martial Arts Tournament, and then stuff happened, and yeah, and then now they're best friends. And Krillin had a really tough past with his old mentors. They used to bully him, and Krillin got his revenge at the World Martial Arts Tournament. And yeah, and then we have Tien Shinhan. Tien Shinhan started off as a bad guy that became good. Tien Shinhan is a really powerful character in Dragon Ball, I gotta say that. It was crazy to see where he was at that time until how low he is now. It's kind of sad, because Tien Shinhan had a lot of potential, and now Krillin's the most strongest character on Earth. And it's kind of interesting, because you always hope for these characters to make it far in the series, and then Toriyama kind of dumbed them down in the series to have the Saiyans and aliens and stuff, so to make Goku the star, because Toriyama at one point did want to make Gohan the main character, but he had to cut that out because no one was liking that, so that's kind of funny. And who else? What other characters can I talk about? I can talk about Piccolo, because there's two types of Piccolos. There's the Demon King Piccolo, which was a straight up bad guy, killed everybody. He tried taking over the earth, even tried killing the president, and tried to become dictator and everything. Goku put a hole through his chest, literally. And yeah, and then we have Piccolo Jr., which is the Piccolo we have now, that is a bad guy but not too evil. Goku fought him at the World Martial Arts Tournament. His main goal was to take over the earth, make sure Kami's gone, and I'll talk about Kami later. And yeah, that's basically all the main characters I can really adjust to make this review quick. Let's go into story arcs. I'm gonna rate my story arcs, because I gotta rate my story arcs from least to highest. My least favorite story arc in Dragon Ball was probably the beginning. I'm not a big fan of the beginning. I'm not a big fan of the gag and breaking the fourth wall and all that other stuff. It was enjoyable at times, it gave me a laugh, but it was kind of slow. They're looking for the Dragon Balls for this girl to wish for a boyfriend, and then they end up wishing for panties. And that's oh, ha ha ha, it's kind of funny, but it gets kind of dumb at a point. It's really hard for me to read the first two volumes of Dragon Ball just because of that. It's kind of slow. And then after that, we have the Red Ribbon Army arc. I actually enjoyed it, but it's not my favorite because how it was long. It was really long, and it was it focused in martial arts, but there was these people were so weird. The Red Ribbon Army was full of so many interesting people. Like, I enjoyed Ada's character. I enjoyed General Tao. I enjoyed Goku fighting the whole army by himself, which was pretty cool to see. Like, this, like, how old was Goku? He was like 13, taking on a whole army by himself. It was like, it was crazy. It was just crazy because he took everything out. He, you know, he showed everybody who's boss. And you know, yeah, the Son Goku. There was also the time where he met Dr. Slump's Arale in the story arc, which is pretty cool because they had the Dragon Ball Dr. Slump crossover, which was fun to see because, you know, Dr. Slump was Toriyama's original work before Dragon Ball, so that was enjoyable to see. After that, we have the Baba arc, which is directly after the Red Ribbon Army arc because, you know, continuity reasons that Goku needed to find the last Dragon Ball and couldn't because he met this kid named Appa, and then his dad died and he had to wish for his dad back, so they had to look for the Dragon Ball. And Baba is this fortune teller that could tell you everything, and Goku had to fight like the freaking monsters like Dracula, the Mummy, who else? The Devil, who else? Fucking his grandpa. And it was nice to see Goku seeing his grandpa again. He had 24 hours to like come back, but it was nice because it showed like Goku's innocent. He's a kid, and he still has feelings. Like, he really misses his grandfather, and it was really nice to see that part of Goku because you don't get to see that a lot in Dragon Ball. Like, Goku's crying because he misses somebody, so that was nice. After that, we have the World Martial Arts Tournament, the first one in the series. That was crazy. That really got me into the Dragon Ball. Like, it really picked it up. It's right after the first arc, and it's crazy to see where Goku came from training with Master Roshi, where he made him run the fields, carrying milk, getting chased by dinosaurs, going up mountains, using his hand to dig, to moving rocks, to swimming with sharks and stuff. It was crazy. It was crazy to see all that happen in Dragon Ball. It was enjoyable, and like see the friendship grow between Krillin and Goku and Master Roshi, and then you meet Launch, which is this like girl who sneezed and like changed characters. And Launch, baby girl, you need to come back in Dragon Ball. You are the original honey of Dragon Ball. Like, damn, you were fine. I'm not gonna even front. Launch could have really, like, oh man. Like, but Toriyama forgot about her. Toriyama, how you gonna forget about Launch? Like really? You're gonna forget about Launch? Yeah, so Toriyama forgot about Launch. He never used the character again. You know, Toriyama hashtag bring back Launch. You know, that happened. And also, the good thing about that tournament was we saw a lot of growth from Goku. Goku came from this kid that knew stuff. He was an incredible fighter to a superior fighter where Master Roshi, disguising as a character named Jackie Chan, even struggled fighting him. And it kind of seems like, wow, Goku came from from that point to this point in the tournament. And Krillin too. Krillin is an incredible fighter too. He's not as strong as Goku, but he has so much potential, and you see that in the future because he's the strongest Earthling in the world, and it's incredible to see how far they went from the beginning being trained by Master Roshi the perv, and to now where they're being trained by gods and all this other stuff. It's so funny to think that. And after that arc, we went, oh my god, how would I say it? After that arc, my next favorite arc would be the Tien Shinhan arc, and that would be the second tournament in the series. That was enjoyable. It was kind of light because, you know, it was kind of the basic story of bad guy becoming good guy and stuff. So it was quick. It was a simple arc. Tien Shinhan was an interesting character because it was kind of like Sasuke and Orochimaru type thing, because the teacher kind of corrupted Tien's mind. That made him a bad guy. And a lot of references from these other animes are inspired by Dragon Ball. Like I said, Sasuke and Orochimaru probably was inspired by Toriyama's work, and the Chunin mode is like Super Saiyan, or Luffy's second gear is probably Kaioken and stuff. So like you can tell like all these works are inspired by the OG Dragon Ball series, or like the Dragon Ball Z and further on. So that's interesting to think about. After that arc, my favorite one is probably the Demon King Piccolo arc. This is the darkest series. This is the darkest saga in the series, and it's kind of like, whoa, like so many people died. Krillin died. Master Roshi ended up dying. Who else? A lot of people. Demon King Piccolo tried killing the president too, and I'm not talking about Piccolo like our Piccolo. This is Piccolo's father. And like he would have spawns of armies, these dinosaur creatures that would come terrorize people, and Goku had to deal with this. He had to get strong because Goku was getting his ass whipped anytime he would fight these people, and that's where he met Yajirobe, and became stronger. And this way he got more training from Korin, and then he got training from Mr. Popo and everything. So it's crazy to think that Goku had to go even further to defeat like the bad guy Demon King Piccolo. And then after that, like I said, Goku had to put a hole in him to defeat him, and you know Piccolo still didn't die. He spit out an egg before he died, and Goku didn't notice that until he met Kami Sensei, God, which he thought was Piccolo because they're two of the same person. Kami's the good side of Piccolo, and the Piccolo is the bad side of Kami. And if once they fuse together, they're like yin and yang, they're together. And it was like, whoa, like Kamsa, and then Goku's basically training with God, which I think that's what Kami means in Japanese, God. And it was just like, man, that's what Dragon Ball was getting really deep. And that brings me on to my final favorite arc in Dragon Ball, and that would be the Piccolo Jr. arc, which is the final tournament in Dragon Ball. And it was crazy because you get to see everybody grew up. This is like 5 years later. Goku's all grown up. He's 18. He's ready to fight. 8 or 3, I think, years later. Bulma's grown up. Krillin's grown up. Everybody's grown up. You get to see Chi-Chi again, and Chi-Chi fights Goku going like, you're supposed to marry me and stuff. And Goku proposed going like, Chi-Chi, will you marry me? And he did that. I was like, my guy, Goku. And Krillin's going like, Goku, did you know what you just did? Just not knowing before he got that android, you know. But yeah, it was so fun going through all these story arcs in Dragon Ball, sitting down, getting to read and watch all of them, and I enjoy it. This final part of the review is you guys are probably gonna ask me which one do I like better, the manga or the anime. I'm gonna say the manga because the manga is a quicker read. I get to go through it. There's no filler. Everything's clean and cut and everything. The thing about Dragon Ball is that they I think Naruto was inspired by this too. They have this arc after the anime ends, after the Demon King Piccolo arc, which is not in the manga, where Goku's getting married and then the Ox King Castle becomes on fire again, and it's just like, oh man, like why we didn't ask for it. We just wanted to go straight into Z. But yeah, that's my review of Dragon Ball. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love the hell out of Dragon Ball. I hope you liked my opinion on each arc. Tell me what you guys think of each arc and like the characters and everything. I'm tired. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and this was your boy Shamar, and I'm signing out. Peace.